Okay, I was doing my best to stand and stand with my cane and then use a long stick to knock down the, not just cobwebs, but like these egg sacklings that are hanging. Can't see it on camera very good, but I knocked them down and noticed this spider working so hard to put them back up. A thick example of you can't just knock down the cobwebs. You have to find and kill the spider. The spider put the cobwebs there. To me, that's always been a perfect illustration of how in our minds we have these cobwebs sometimes. We're not thinking clearly. We can clear out the cobwebs, but before you know it, it just seems like our head's full of cobwebs again. But if we figure out what the real problem is, what's causing the cobwebs, circumstances or situations or sometimes friends that we have, company that we keep, sometimes we have to actually kill the problem. I don't mean kill your friends by any means, and definitely don't mean kill yourself, but kill what's causing the cobwebs and the confusion. Otherwise, they just come back. They will work and work and work until they come back. I have no idea what kind of spiders these are, and they blend in right with their environment really well. And I'm not extremely afraid of spiders, but I respect them too, so I don't mess with them and try my luck. But I'll have to kind of do a little research and figure out what kind of spider this is. Weird, spiny looking back, unless that's some of its eggs it has on its back or something. And I do know that some spiders, they spin a web to catch prey. There's a good shot of it. But other spiders will spin a web not to just catch prey, but to keep their eggs in. And they hang them so that the lizards and stuff, other things that are their prey, can't get to their eggs because they're hanging out in the middle of a room or something. So this one, or this particular kind, I'm pretty sure those are eggs in there. Let's see if I can get it to focus a little better. There we go. The only thing that scares me about spiders, it kind of freaks me out a little bit, is that they move so bloomin' fast, and they have 8 legs, not just 6 like most insects. They have 8 legs, and some of them can jump too. Reminds me of a story I wrote called Spider Bite. I think that's what I ended up titling it. And it was neat because the inspiration for the story came from article I had read, I think it was in National Geographic, about how they're discovering that spider webbing mixed with crushed glass can form bones. They can form bones, and so I ran with that idea, and the story was about a scientist who was doing just that, but he had to use a particular type of spider's webbing, not just any spider webbing. And the spider webbing that he was using, the spider was very deadly if it bit you. So over here, what's worrying me a little bit, I'm trying to get rid of these because Rhonda hates spiders. These eggs that I broke down look like some of them have hatched, so she's not going to want to see this at all. But there's some really tiny ones now. That one's really tiny, so I'm thinking it must have come out of the egg sacs. The only reason I'm pretty sure those are egg sacs is because of what I read. Did a little tiny research on spiders and heard that some of them will oh, this is freaking me out a little bit. Gonna have to spray, I guess, to kill them so we're not overrun by spiders. I was just gonna let them be, but there were so many. You're only seeing a little bit of it here. There were just so many. I thought, my goodness, maybe I can just relocate them, if nothing else. Just put them outside rather than in the porch area. The problem with my porch is it's not screened in very well, so a lot of stuff gets in here freely. They're amazing creatures. But I don't want to share a bed with them, you know. So in that story, yeah, I believe it's called Spider Bite. It's on my blog, tombeetlebailey.wordpress.com, under stories. In my menu, I have stories, poems, and art and stuff. And yeah, the problem is they can recreate bone using spider web and crushed up sand, which that part is actually true. I'm sure they're still working on it and stuff. But the problem is, in the story, the fiction part that I made up was that the spider they were using is deadly. So that becomes a real issue. So I won't say anything more about it, just in case whoever's seeing this perchance decides to read it. It's a short story, not a novel by any means. So I guess I'm gonna have to do something more to get rid of the spider, not just knock down the webs. Try to focus. It blends in so well with its environment. It's unbelievable. It's hard to see it. I'll have to get a picture and then look at other pictures identifying Florida spiders. Can't seem to get a good shot, a good focus. Okay, there we go. Maybe that'll focus in. To my eye, I can see it really good, but on camera, it's just not. You wonder how big their brain is and what's going through their mind. This guy knocked down all my eggs. I do know I have a guy that drives through the neighborhood, like from the city or the county or something, and he sprays for mosquitoes. And in the history of St. Augustine, Florida, hundreds of years ago, people died from the mosquitoes that were biting them and stuff. Anyway, I don't think I'm going to get any better footage than what I already got. And if anybody sees this and knows what the heck this kind of spider is, then comment below so that I know. I'm not concerned about likes and people subscribing because my YouTube channel is just for fun and just for me, but I realize that anybody and their brother can see it because it is out there. I don't have very many things, if anything, marked private. So if you're seeing this, you know what that is, and I wish I could get a better shot, but I just can't. So, okay, I gotta go before he... Seems like he's got it suspended there now. See, it's not against the screen here. It's just suspended in midair. And maybe that's good enough to protect the eggs. That's good enough for them. He put a string over to here, and he's got one down, and I guess he's got one up, and it's just suspended there where the lizards can't eat them. This guy is working on getting it in a position like that. Okay, that's it. Bye for now.